You are a healthcare professional. You're used to giving your time, you're used to giving your energy, and you are used to giving your empathy. And yet, if you are honest, you might be feeling like there is just not much left of you to give. You might feel tired, overextended. You might even be wondering how you got here. Hi there, I'm Dr. Santina or Tina Wheat. I'm a family medicine physician, an educator, and a career and life coach. And today we are talking about one of the most powerful tools that you have to protect your energy and your purpose, and that is boundaries. Let's start our conversation with boundaries by busting a myth. Setting boundaries is not selfish, though many of us might initially feel like it is. In fact, setting boundaries is one of the most respectful things that you can do. It is respectful for yourself, and it is respectful for the people that are around you and the people that you serve. Many of us in healthcare have been taught, implicitly or explicitly, that being a good clinician means always saying yes. It means being always available, and it means being everything to everyone. Does that sound familiar to you? Well, here is the truth. We actually know that chronic overgiving can lead to burnout. And burned out providers just cannot give the kind of care our patients and our families deserve. And so we need to protect our providers. Boundaries are not barriers. They are bridges to sustainable care. So since I just said that boundaries are not barriers, let's talk about what boundaries actually are. What are they exactly? Boundaries are the limits that we set to protect our time, to protect our energy, and to protect our values. They are important because they define what we are available for and what we are not available for. In healthcare in particular, boundaries might look like not checking your email after 6 p.m. or not checking between 6 and 8 p.m. It might be saying no to an extra shift that you did not agree to. It might be making sure you take your full lunch break or coming back a little bit late so that you can finish that lunch. It might be declining that meeting that doesn't actually need your input or your presence. All of these are not signs of laziness. They are signs of professional integrity and personal sustainability. They don't mean that you don't care about your patients and that you don't prioritize the patient access. It just means that you also prioritize yourself and your well-being. So let's do a quick check-in to see whether you need additional boundaries. Do any of these things sound familiar to you? Maybe you constantly find yourself saying yes, even when you want to say no. You're constantly feeling resentful after agreeing to something. You find yourself often working through breaks or staying late yet again. You find yourself feeling guilty for taking time for yourself, even a sick day. If you nodded along to those, then your boundaries probably need some strengthening, and that's okay. And if you didn't say yes to one of those things, you might still need boundaries, and that's okay too. Know that you are not alone and that we can always learn to instill boundaries. So let's talk about why it's hard for healthcare workers to have boundaries. Let's name it. The culture of healthcare does not always support them. This is for a lot of reasons. We are taught to be selfless, we are taught to be team players, and we are taught to say yes. And all of those things help you get ahead. And if you're in academic medicine, training, or leadership, there is an unspoken pressure to do it all. But doing it all does not mean doing it well. And it certainly does not mean doing it in a way that protects your health, your relationships, or your purpose. And we know that your health, your relationships, and your purpose are all extremely important. So knowing that having boundaries is really important, knowing that it's important to protect ourselves and our interactions with our patients and our team and our families, How do we start building stronger boundaries without burning the bridges and without burning ourselves out? Here is a 5-step framework that you can use. The first is to get clear on your values. What matters most to you? Is that your family, your well-being, your patient safety, your integrity? Your boundaries will anchor in those values. The second is to identify what is draining your energy. You can look at your week. What consistently drains you? What do you resent every single week? Those places are where a boundary is needed. And you can practice saying no. And you can practice saying no with kindness. Saying no does not make you mean. Try phrases like, I can't commit to that right now. Or that doesn't align with my current priorities. Or I appreciate you thinking of me, but right now I need to decline. Can you consider this other person? Then you need to set and communicate your expectations. You have to tell your team when you'll respond to emails. You have to block your calendar so that you don't get invited to that meeting. You have to let people know your limits ahead of time. It is easier to respect a boundary that's visible and that is clear. If you don't do this, then you will be frustrated and the people you're working with will be frustrated. And then start small and stay consistent. Boundaries really are like flexing a muscle. The more you use them, the stronger you get. You can start with just one small boundary this week and then go ahead and build from there. It is overwhelming when you try to put all of the boundaries in at once, but just start with one and see what happens. When you protect your boundaries, amazing things will happen. And you might be surprised how small a boundary can be and still have a huge impact. You will find that you will regain your time, you will reconnect with your purpose, and you can stop running on empty. And as you find boundaries, you show others, your colleagues, your trainees, your patients, even your family, that healthy limits are not only acceptable, they are actually essential. Now, burnout does not mean that you are broken. It means that your system and your boundaries need a reset. There's lots of steps that you can take to come out of burnout, and the boundaries are just one of them. You can be an incredible clinician and also protect your peace. If you are ready to take the first step, I hope you will join my free 7-day boundary challenge. Each day, I will send you a short video and an email with a simple, powerful action that you can use to help you set and hold your boundaries and to do it all without guilt. Once you do this, you can reclaim your time, protect your energy, and lead with more clarity and purpose. The link to this challenge is linked in the description below, and so I hope you will sign up today. And if this video has been meaningful to you, I hope you'll like it, and I hope you'll subscribe and share this video with someone else who needs it. Remember that you deserve to lead with balance and joy, and I hope that we can build that together. I'm here to help you conquer your chaos and get to calm.